Ho. It's going to go down on Friday, November the 10th. They haven't toured in a number of years. Don't know how long it's been since they've been here. RocketMortgageFieldhouse.com is going to have the ticket info for you. If you strike out with me, you can go to WMMS.com and try to win some there. All right? Make this one count. Caller 10. These are yours. 2 for Depeche Mode this fall. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
For the record, this is as interesting as they get.
I mean, it's as interesting as a morgue. It might be less interesting than a morgue.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS Buzzard Radio.
I had to grow up a little to come to Depeche Mode, I have to say. I remember my buddy Richie, when we were kids, we were all listening to Kiss. And Richie's older brother had Depeche Mode, People Are People, on vinyl. And the most recent Kiss album was Lick It Up. We're talking summer 83 maybe, so I had just turned 12. And we were all, it was the first Kiss album where they had taken their makeup off. So it was a big deal. Lick It Up was out. My parents, none too pleased that I was listening to an album called Lick It Up. But they let it go. So I was a good kid. I was just getting into Kiss. But the next spring, Depeche Mode drops People Are People. And I remember that following summer when we had a head full of Kiss, Lick It Up, and my buddy Richie's older brother was more into what at that time would have been referred to as alternative music. Mm-hmm. That didn't have that name yet. It was just stuff that a lot of people, you didn't hear it on the radio and people weren't listening to it. His brother wasn't any kind of emo kid or anything like that. He was a jock. But he really liked Depeche Mode, and we thought his older brother, boy, we called him some names because he liked Depeche Mode, and we were listening to Kiss. It wasn't like we were little hard asses or anything. We didn't like rock and roll. And Depeche Mode did change their sound over the, a lot of bands did. They kind of started off more of kind of like a, keyboard poppy type thing. But I had to grow up to come to Depeche Mode because in the Kiss v. Depeche Mode wars at my friend Richie's house, Depeche Mode lost. And again, it was his older brother, so he could have easily kicked our asses, but he didn't. And I have to think it's because he knew we'd come around. And
I think there's a lot of people that never did, though.
A lot of people that never did. And that's fine. But, is Depeche Mode in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Weren't they up for induction a couple of years ago?
I think they got in.
Did they get in? Are Depeche Mode in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Yeah, they are. Yeah. They went in with Biggie and 9 Inch Nails and Whitney Houston. So there you go. Depeche Mode are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before Iron Maiden and Soundgarden. But again, I love them. And people have been blowing me up about these tickets, so I will have them for you all week. I shouldn't say all week. We are going to be preempted on Friday by Guardians baseball, so it's another 4-day week for us. But boy, if you've been reading the articles, these 4-day work weeks,
way to go.
Oh, they're selling like hotcakes. These companies that are doing them, they cannot get enough.
All right, if we went to a 4-day work week, would you rather have Monday off or Friday off or Wednesday?
I got to tell you, 3-day weekends jam me up. I'm so used to working, despite people thinking that we usually work 4-day work weeks because it's the beginning of the year. There's always a lot of weirdo holidays and things, but 3-day weekends jam me up. I'm such a creature of habit that, I don't not enjoy them, but I really get thrown off when I come to work and it's Tuesday. I would rather have Friday, I think, because that means I've had a whole week to kind of gain some momentum I'd rather start on a Monday. That's just how my calendar mind would prefer to work. I think this job is traditionally, this company would never go for 4-day work weeks. Unless it was a golden opportunity to start paying people less.
Right.
They might do it that way, but I mean, no one would agree to that. And what the hell am I going to do on a Friday? You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for Guardians baseball, we'd be here on Friday.
Right.
But people who go to work, sit in an office, hate their job, aren't appreciated, whatever check all the boxes you want to check for people who are doing mind-numbing work. They'd rather be living their life. And these companies that do these 4-day work weeks, companies that have done these pilot programs, you would think that the results would be the employees love it, the employers hate it, because they want to get as much of you as possible. But the companies that have done these pilot programs are like, we love it. They're like, people get to live their lives a little bit more. It makes them want to come to work. They seem to enjoy things more. I mean, ultimately, that's what you want.
I would rather have.
You can't just squeeze ad infinitum. Yes, you can't squeeze every ounce of productivity out of people and have them coming to work whistling every day.
I would say my ideal situation would be Wednesday, we're off.
Some people do that too.
2 days on, take a day off, 2 days on, 2 days off. Like, that would be,
I would, for this job, I would absolutely not be down with that.
I love it.
Midweek or off? No thanks.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. No. My abilities here require a certain amount of momentum, and that's really hard to get when you're like, just for me.
It's hard to get
Wednesday
around 5
off.
days.
Huh? No, it's not. We go through, by the end of the week, I'm jelly, and that sounds silly to people.
You won't be jelly if we have that Wednesday off.
No, it's too stop and start.
I like the stop and start.
I mean, people who are nurses and doctors and they're like 36 hours on and then I get Wednesday and half a Thursday off. I completely understand that. But again, bottom line is these companies that try it, they're like, yeah, it's pretty good. And the employees are like, yeah.
Especially
so we've been telling you, dummies, especially in an era where they're like, you got to come back into the office or you're fired.
If it were, that was the standard though, where everybody's work week was Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and most people have that Wednesday off, I think that'd be fantastic.
Anybody watching The Consultant on Amazon?
No.
Christoph Waltz?
I don't think I have Amazon.
It's pretty wild. It's 8 episodes and they're 30 minutes apiece, which is great. That's the kind of show that I was sure was going to be an hour a pop.
Yeah.
So you can binge it pretty quickly. Yeah, it's awesome. It's very much like this guy comes in and he goes, okay, everybody working remotely, you have 1 hour to decide if you're coming in or you're fired. And it's just because it's a tech company. Huge wall of screens of all these people coming in the meeting remotely, and then one by one they go off and people are freaking out.
I was too busy watching Outer Banks, so I didn't watch.
Boy, we tried watching. There's a movie on Netflix called We Have a Ghost. We tried watching that. Holy cow!
That's
is
like
that
a
thing
comedy,
all,
right?
Oh my!
Like
I don't know. It's trying to be. Thing is like 2 hours and 7 minutes long. I was Googling this thing. It's Anthony Mackie. It's David Harbour as the ghost, but he doesn't have any dialogue. He doesn't talk. I'm like, why is this thing 2 hours long? And why was it $75 million? No wonder Netflix is everybody's cutting the purse strings. Yeah, I don't know what it's trying to be. The tone of the movie is all over the place. We haven't even finished it. I'm like, Jesus. I thought it was going to be way more slapsticky. And it's a lot of plaintive music and, oh, God.
No, not for me. I haven't watched a new movie or anything in a while. Other than seeing Quantumania. We watch our trash TV, me and my girlfriend, and we play a lot of Fall Guys. Won another round of Fall Guys, this time with a squad show. Pretty impressed with myself on that one. And then we went to that restaurant opening on Friday. That was very fun.
Oh, the soft opening.
Yeah.
The Dragon Taint or whatever it was.
Wolfpack Chorus.
Wolfpack Chorus. This is East Side?
Yes. It's over there in Little Italy. And I asked the chef what their policy was on children, because we were talking about that article of the place that said, what is it, Nettie's Spaghetti's?
Yeah, in Jersey, no kids under 10.
No kids under 10. And they said they don't have any high chairs or anything. So if you want to bring a kid in, because it's like fine dining, you can, but they don't have a kids menu. They don't really have anything that would accommodate kids. So I would say not the best place to take your kids. Whereas Nettie's Spaghetti's, that sounds like a family restaurant. Wolfpack Chorus, high end, great decor, great food. But not the place to take your kids.
I wanted to hear about the first place locally to ban kids, and one popped up. There's a tea room in Woodmere that said, we're done. Enough with the kids. And the lady running the place is like, I really have been kicking this can down the road. We started talking about this last year, and I really wanted to be accommodating for people. But I simply can't do it anymore because people don't pay attention to their kids.
Nope.
The owner of the Macron Tea Room and Bakery. First of all, I couldn't believe how many tea rooms there are in Northeast Ohio.
Oh, yeah. People love their tea rooms.
These are fancy places with like teacups, and I had no idea.
My sister, when she was little, there was one in Medina. And
There's like a dozen of them.
And we don't even drink tea. Like, we didn't drink tea as kids, but they did her birthday party there a few years because it was just like a fancy, nice
like a little
place.
tea party thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a place that maybe you would bring a kid. This place, the lady's going, no more under 6, which again seems fair.
Mm-hmm.
The place in Jersey said nobody under 10. That might be a high confront for these families that have like a 10. She's like, I can't have little kids running around anymore.
Kids are breaking lots of dishes. We are scrubbing food off the wall. Kids are spilling stuff. Kids are running up and down, disturbing other customers. Parents are saying nothing. It's just really sad how I'm pretty good at toning stuff out, but some of these parents don't even notice the kids are here and they're just running wild.
When owner Ala Yakimi posted new changes about her business, the Macaron Tea Room, on social media, she had no idea things would get this heated.
I was truly, truly shocked. I did not expect that. By no means. I didn't even, we talked about this with my sister and my family and the staff for months.
Starting March 1st, no children under the age of 6 will be permitted in the tea room. Ala tells me she came to this decision after things got out of control.
It got to the point where parents they ignore us when we ask them, hey, can you please, we had signs over there that says the dress-up corner is not a play zone. You take what you need and you sit down. They ignored it. Oh, they're just playing. Okay, I know, but this is not a playground. Or, it got to the point where parents were just ignoring us. And that was the thing. Like I said, a few weeks ago, we've been talking about it and I've been postponing it. That's okay. It was just one child. It's just one child. But in the last, I would say, month, it's just gotten crazy. And then like a few weeks ago, I think that was my last straw, where the child was running around with a teacup with tea in it, spilled the tea. Another customer almost fell, and it was an older customer. And I said, no, I'm done.
The decision has been met with mixed reviews on social media.
What?
That's not the tea that people want spilled. They want gossip. They don't want actual tea spilled.
With some supporting Ala and calling out parents who don't teach their children manners, and then others who say the decision isn't family friendly and they'll take their business elsewhere.
Good.
That's what they're telling you to
be
do.
Family friendly.
Yeah, but what? No, it is. I mean, when I first watched that report, that was Channel 19 over there, and the woman said, "Yeah, we'll take our business elsewhere." I was like, "Yeah, take your business to another tea room." There's a lot of tea rooms. I had no idea. She goes, "I don't have the staff or the dishes to be a Chuck E. Cheese. And if you think I'm wrong, please open up a tea room and do it your way." That's the thing. If any of these parents not watching their kids had their own place, they would be doing exactly the same thing as this woman.
Well, that's why they have them out at this tea room, because like they're destroying our house. We want to spread it around a little bit.
I wonder how much of it has to do with, over COVID, there were so many parents that had to be with their kids all the time. And, that sentiment kind of lingers where like over that time, once people realized, oh, this isn't going to be done in a month, and they were understandably, frustrated having their kids home all the time or whatever. Some of them never reverted back to that. They were like, I'm just letting this kid run around. Like, But yeah, if you're running a place like this, you can't have, and clearly she said there's a dress-up corner or something, so clearly it's targeted to some version of child. It's not adults walking in there dressing up. I don't think. I've never been to the place. So anyway, if you're a big fan of the Macaron Tea Room and Bakery over there in Woodmere, they're changing.
Better not be 5.
Goes into effect on March 1st.
That's why I stick to my policy.
If you can't whip them, you can't watch them.
Correct.
That's why the Poundcake Tea Room, you got to you better
sign a waiver.
Tread lightly. That's right.
It's the whipping waiver.
You sign a waiver that the proprietor of the establishment can whip your children into shape.
Well, we don't believe in that. We're a grounding family. Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Was that his macho laugh?
It was pretty close.
That's so funny.
It was close to his macho laugh.
I'm going to take away your PS5.
Yeah. Well, listen, every family has a mechanism that works for them. Some kids taking things away from them really works. Works for my kid. Well, listen, did you get your ass beat growing up?
Yes, it did.
So did I. And so I said,
Look how great we turned out, Alan.
I was getting beat up at school and get my ass whipped at home. So I'm like, I'm not doing this to my kids.
You better act right.
We never spanked our kids. And my mom, she scoffed at that because that's how she did it. It was a long time ago. Parents are doing the best they could do. When you're not paying attention to your kids, that's a whole other thing. Anybody can pay attention to their kid and go, hey, get out of there, get out, come on. But anybody who was running a place like this, and the B-roll footage of this place, these tea rooms, they have like porcelain teacups.
Yeah.
They're not serving stuff in styrofoam.
They're not doing plastic.
It's very fragile, So anyway, when we were talking about that place in Jersey, I was like, I wonder what the first place, and this, I'm sure this isn't the first place, but I was wondering what place locally was going to go, yup, we're banning, under, whatever age. So there you go. But again, not burying the lead here. I had no idea how many tea rooms there were in this area. There's a lot. But I'm telling you, one by one, they're going to go, yup, same thing. We see what she's doing over there. No kids under 6.
I can't believe they take that, like parents take that as a personal affront. And I understand I don't have kids.
Parents take everything as a personal affront. Depending on what kind of parent you are. Some are super go with the flow and they're like, look, I get it.
But they're missing the point. Like, if your kid is well-behaved, you don't have to worry about that. They're not talking to you. You can go anywhere. You can take your business elsewhere.
But you can't take them there now because they have. So if you
get mad at your fellow people not watching their damn kids.
Right. But
if your kid is well-behaved, it's not going to be an issue because there are several different tea rooms and you'll be fine.
But parents of poorly behaved children take it very, very personally because they know they haven't really taught their kids to behave that well. They take it personally because it is kind of on them. Like, you do have to find a way to impart to your kid at any age where the boundaries are.
It's like when Ned Flanders was a kid and he was hyperactive and he had beatnik parents and their response was, we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
That's right. The freaky beatnik parents.
Young Ned is unusually aggressive, but I can't seem to find a cause for it. Hey, get down from that bookshelf, please. Most of those books haven't been discredited yet. Would you please tell your son to stop?
We can't do it, man. That's discipline. That's like telling Gene Krupa not to go boom, boom, ba, 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 boom, boom, ba, 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 boom, 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 ba, 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 boom, boom.
Lack of discipline. I'm beginning to see the problem.
We don't believe in rules. Like, we gave them up when we started living like freaky beatniks.
You don't believe in rules, yet you want to control Ned's anger.
Yeah, you've got to help us, Doc. We've tried nothing, and we're all out of ideas.
Oh, Nettie.
I forgot how funny that episode is, but especially the line, hey, be careful. Many of those books haven't been discredited yet.
Yeah.
That one was
Psychology
over,
gag.
Yeah, that was over my head as a kid, but that is very funny now.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to break. If you want to text for something, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com is where your pictures show up, and we'll be back.